I'm singing in the rain, yes, singing in the rain. Oh, hi everyone. Wow, is it ever raining out there today? And I like rain a lot, but boy, that's a little bit much. What I was kind of thinking, it's kind of fitting because the story we're doing from the Bible today is all about a man who had experienced a whole lot of rain in his life. Okay, let me get this dripping wet coat off here. Oh, and then we can start. All right. Whew. Put this, I think I'll just tuck this over here, and I'm back. Okay, I thought today, since we're talking about a man who had a lot of rain in his life, we'll do a little activity with lots of water. I have a little boat here, and I thought, wouldn't it be fun to see how many animals I can put on this boat until it actually sinks? So that means we're going to be doing some serious counting here. Are you with me? You are? Do you like to count? Can you count like to 5? How about to 10? Good. This is going to be great. Here's my little boat, and I'm going to put it right here in the middle of my little lake. Now I have, let's see, a big lion, number 1. Ready? 1. Did it sink? No. And now a zebra? 2. Oh, it's not sinking yet. A bear? 3. It's not sinking yet. A giraffe? 4. Not sinking yet. What else do I have? A little goat? 5. It's still not sinking. All right, let's see what else I have here. A horse? 6. Still not sinking. Oh my goodness. How about, a little bunny? 7. Still not sinking. Oh, how about a pig? 8. I'll just tuck him right there. Oh, 8 animals is what it took. And finally, my little boat sank. That was really, really fun. Well, today, like I said, we're going to have a story that comes right from the Bible, and it's about a man named Noah. I want to introduce you to Mr. Noah. Can you say hi to Mr. Noah? Hi, Mr. Noah. Now, God had a very big job for Mr. Noah. He said, Mr. Noah, I want you to build a really huge boat called an ark. And you know what Mr. Noah said? He said, sure, I'll do that, Lord, because Mr. Noah always obeyed God no matter what he said. And so Mr. Noah got to work. Now, we're going to help Mr. Noah a little bit. So I want you to put on your tool belt, cinch it in. You're going to have 2 tools. One is going to be a saw, and the other one is going to be a hammer. Put them in your tool belts. Are you ready to go? Okay, get out your saw first. Here he goes, building that ark. Saw, 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 hammer, 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 build, 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 build that boat. It was bigger than that. Let's go again. Ready? Get your saw out. Saw, 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 hammer, 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 build, 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 build that boat. It was bigger than that. One more time. Ready? Saw, 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 hammer, 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 build, 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 build that boat. It was a very huge boat, and it was a big job for Mr. Noah. But Mr. Noah kept going until it was done, and he was kind of tired at the end of that big job. And then it was time. God said, okay, Mr. Noah, we're going to welcome all the animals onto the boat, a mommy and a daddy of each kind of animal. That's why the boat had to be so big. And so off came some lions. A mommy and a daddy lion came into the boat. And then a mommy and a daddy giraffe came into the boat. And a mommy and a daddy elephant came into the boat. Boy, it's filling up quickly here. And a mommy and a daddy sheep, they came into the boat. And a mommy and a daddy cow, they came into the boat too. Move over, sheep. Make room for the cows. They're coming in. And a mommy and daddy zebra, they came into the boat. Move over, giraffes. Make room for the zebras. Here they come. And then God said, okay, Mr. Noah, you and your family, you need to get into the boat too. And so Mr. Noah and his whole family got into the boat. And you know what the Bible tells us? The Bible tells us that God shut the door. Not Mr. Noah. God shut the door because he wanted to make sure that they were all safe and sound inside. And then they waited, and they waited, and they waited. And then they started to hear something on the roof. What do you think they heard? They heard raindrops. Can you help me with the raindrops? You guys have been really helpful with this story. Okay, raindrops. Maybe you can find a table, or maybe even on your knee, you can make some raindrops with me. A little bit, a little bit more. And then finally, there was so much rain. I think it was even really hard to hear inside that ark because there was so much rain. And then the boat started to float back and forth and back and forth. And you know how many days did it rain for? Show me 4. 40 days. 40 days and 40 nights it rained. That was a lot of rain. And then one day, the rain stopped. And it was really, really quiet. And they waited, and they waited, and they waited. And Mr. Noah sent out a bird. And the bird went out and around and came back to the ark with a little branch in its mouth. That told Mr. Noah something very important. All the water was going down, and the trees and the plants were poking out, which means they don't have to wait in the ark much longer. But they waited and they waited and waited some more until finally all the water went back into the ocean and back into the lakes and back into the rivers and back into the streams, and the ground was nice and dry. And guess what? It was time for all the animals and Mr. Noah and his family to come out of the boat. Here they come out of the boat. Mr. Noah and his family and the giraffes and the zebras and the elephants. They all came out. You know when Mommy and Daddy turn the light on in the middle of the night and it's like, oh, so bright? I think probably that's what it was like because it was kind of dark inside that ark. And so they came out and maybe they're going, oh, that's so bright, that sun. They all came out. And I have to tell you, this is such a really important part of the story. You know what Mr. Noah did right away? He didn't say, okay, let's have a big picnic. No, he said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to pray and we are going to thank God. Thank God for keeping us safe. And then a voice from heaven came and God said, I want you to know that I am never, ever, ever going to flood the earth ever again. That is my promise. And to show my promise, I am going to put a rainbow in the sky. And so he put a big rainbow in the sky. Have you ever seen a rainbow before? I love seeing rainbows. And when I see a rainbow in the sky, can you help me with my rainbow here? When I see a rainbow in the sky, I always think to myself, God loves me. God loves me. So when you see a rainbow in the sky, you remember, God loves you. And there's a verse in the Bible that I want us to take into our day to day. And it comes from the book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 9. And it goes like this. I want you to put your fingers up like this. God is with you wherever you go. Let's try it with little actions. God is with you wherever you go. Joshua chapter 1, verse 9. Now let's try it with big actions. Are you ready? Okay, get your muscles all ready. Ready? God is with you wherever you may go. And where's that found in the Bible? Joshua chapter 1, verse 9. I've got to get that in my head. Joshua chapter 1, verse 9. I'm going to take that truth from the Bible and I'm going to place it deep down in my heart today so that when I go out into the day, I know that God is with me wherever I go, and He's with you too. And you know, I have to go out and, wait a minute. I was just about to say I have to go out into this rainy day, but I'm looking outside the window and I'm seeing that the rain has stopped and I'm seeing that the sun has come out again. I'm wondering now, when I go outside, am I going to see a rainbow in the sky? I sure hope so. I'm just going to grab my coat. I don't think I'm going to need it. I'm going to go out and look for a rainbow. God bless each one of you. Go with God today. Remember, God is with you wherever you go. Bye. See you next time.